What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Backmarkers F1 show. Very happy to be along with you, recapping the 2020 Belgian Grand Prix, and we're back in our usual studio. I know we've been away for, it's been almost a month, maybe 2 months now, but we're all back together. Chris, Tyler, and Shaker. Shaker, welcome back.
Thanks, guys. It's been a while.
Hey.
Feels a little bit awkward being back in here. I was literally like, I haven't turned on this computer in a month. I live here.
Yeah, like the power bar didn't fire up, and then some computer issues, but
it's just,
we're gonna go.
Yeah. It's like electronics do die by just sitting there sometimes. It happens.
It's true. But we're all back. We're all back and ready to go. So, good to have you back. All right, so let's talk about the Belgian Grand Prix. Okay, we're done talking about the Belgian Grand Prix.
That was, wow. What a boring race. It's Belgium, too. You know, you're hoping that you're going to get a good race, fantastic track. Spa always has these magical moments, and it didn't have any. I think the best thing that came out of that whole race was Pierre Gasly's overtake going up Eau Rouge. I think that was the nicest thing.
I'm pretty sure that was about it.
And what was that, lap 2? 3?
Yeah, probably less than lap 10.
So there's 35 laps of nothing or whatever. So.
Well, even Max said, I think he said 38 out of 44 laps I was managing tires.
Yeah.
So, if my math is correct, that's about more than half of the race. So, yeah, it was, let's talk about Pierre Gasly a little bit. He's in my notes. I think he had an amazing drive. Yeah. Really unfortunate with that safety car, because had that safety car not come out, I think he probably would have finished in the top 5. Just with his pace and and they started on the hard tire, where mostly everybody else was either on the medium or the soft. So I think had the safety car not came out at that time, he probably would have finished with the top 5. But he was spectacular. Like, I don't know, I guess he was super motivated with the race and the location where he was coming back to. Obviously, with the loss of his friend last year, but he was driving so well. Like, that overtake was amazing. Past a Ferrari, which we'll get to later. Which
that
I
would
guess
have been news like 2
hard.
years ago.
Yeah. Not that hard nowadays, but I thought he was spectacular. And P8, even though on paper might not look like it was fantastic, I think that it was completely outdrove that car.
For sure. I mean, right after the race, great recovery drive, because that safety car, like you mentioned, really screwed with their strategy. But no, he was my driver of the day for sure. I think he was the fans' driver of the day.
Yeah, yes, he was. Yeah.
So I thought it was going to go to Danny Rick. We'll get to him.
Yeah, fantastic drive for sure.
Yeah, great race. But I was pretty happy with it going to Pierre. You did a good job.
Yeah. Another one you could throw to is Lando Norris too. I think Norris did a really good job as well. Finished 7th, and I thought that it was close, but in the end, I do think that Gasly did deserve it. And he was spectacular. He's been possibly the driver of the year as well. You could make that argument. So a great drive from him. Ferrari. Let's just talk about Ferrari. There's not much to show. Well, I guess instead of talking about Ferrari, maybe we should let one of the greats talk about Ferrari. The whole summary. Now, this tweet I think came from Jamie, who's got his own YouTube channel. So check that out and check him out on Twitter. But the Sir Jeremy Clarkson sums up Ferrari's pace brilliantly right here.
Consola centrali con interruttori aperture sportello rifornimento. We are useless Italians and we haven't built this properly.
What did he caption it as? I think his caption was perfect too. Yeah, Ferrari's debrief after locking out the back row, which I think he put that out on Saturday.
Well done, sir.
Well done.
Really well done, sir. That is one of the better memes I've seen on Twitter. Well done, and you should be getting more than whatever likes and retweets you have, because that was perfect.
That was very well put together.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it. All you could say. We got this other meme too of the pace of the Ferrari. I can't remember which car this was that Vettel was trying to overtake. I think it might have been.
Was it Kimi? I thought it was Kimi.
It might have been the Alpha.
Might have been Kimi. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just hilarious, right? I mean, you see that it's obviously no pace that they have. It's more of a cube van type of pace. But I think it was the Ferrari, because they were equal in terms of the engine pace that they had. But look, Vettel even had DRS. I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Still wasn't able to overtake.
He's almost there. He's so close.
You know what? I bet you that cube van was empty. If it was full,
He would have.
the Ferrari would have got
Yeah.
by it. But empty cube van.
It had a. Jesus. Yeah, so that was it for Ferrari's day. So an Alfa Romeo passed.
Oh,
Ferrari.
and the fact that they almost crashed into each other,
Oh
battling
my
for
god,
13th,
that
which
was
is
just
hilarious.
I didn't understand that.
I was cheering for them to crash actually,
That would have been
just
pretty
because it
funny.
would have been hilarious.
I mean, would have made that Racing Points contract that was so sweeter, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
really would have summed up their season. And they have Monza up next, which
and
that's gonna be-
Mugello.
and Mugello. That's gonna be bad.
Three Italian races in total.
And the
this year.
Qatar oval circuit.
Which in Bahrain, the outer
sorry,
circuit.
not Qatar.
Yeah.
Bahrain, sorry, they're similar flags.
Which is essentially like three straights.
yeah,
On it. So,
exactly what it is with an S in between.
yeah.
it's definitely going to be Ferraris.
Yeah,
So you had, in the end, an Alfa Romeo pass them. You had an Alfa Tauri pass them, and almost a Haas. I was cheering so hard for Grosjean to get
and
past.
Nicholas Latifi finished, I believe, 2.5 seconds behind the Ferrari. Or something
Yeah,
like,
like
that.
less
very
than 5
close.
seconds.
God.
Yeah.
So
And George Russell, had he stayed in the race, probably would have passed him too.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he did. Just crashed past him.
yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
That's no. I'm just still dumbfounded by Ferrari. I don't really have much to say to be honest
No.
with you. It's a running joke for this year, and I'm sure that it'll continue.
Carlos Sainz must be kicking himself. Oh,
Did you see his reaction? They like showed a Ferrari replay, and he's just like on the replay. It was hilarious, but I don't think he can unsign the contract now. I think he's
Danny Rick's in his seat anyways, so
yeah,
Yeah,
true.
he doesn't have a spot, or he can't really choose a spot for next year anymore.
no.
Probably would rather sit out. I'm just kidding, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't think for Italy will be any better for them. Probably Monza's even a worse track than this because they seem to have it's both. It's like the aero side is horrible, but it's also the engine. And we've talked about many episodes before, but it was staggering to see an Alfa Romeo passing the works Ferrari. I was like, what is this, 1950?
Well, it was it. I think Crofty was saying about, it's like back the old days in the 50s when the Ferraris and the Alphas were battling each other, except for instead of first and second, it's 12th and 13th this time.
Yeah. Did you guys?
Man.
There's a 1 and a 2 in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is.
Did you guys notice that Crofty and Brundle were super bored and disinterested?
Oh, yeah. Well, so was everyone else watching the race.
Yeah. Well, and this is the tough thing about being a commentator, right? It's like even when you're bored, it's hard to hide it.
Yeah.
And they don't want to fake any energy or anything like that. But I think even Brundle at one race was like, "Come on, Valtteri, give us a race." It's just like flat out said it.
Yeah, exactly. And going to Valtteri, I loved how he said that they were like, no battling between teammates. He's like, I never heard of that. It's like, perfect. Like, get some grit in you. Like, give us a race. Go
Yeah.
up there and try and beat Hamilton. Like,
Also, apparently did Ask Me Anything on Reddit today, which I missed out on.
oh, did he?
Yeah, kind of wanted
Oh.
to check up on that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to check up on that later.
He did though equal Mika Hakkinen's 51 Formula One podium. So
Oh yeah, nice.
That's crazy. His 51
It is.
Formula 1 podiums?
Well, and that's what's funny is Valtteri has been disappointing this year, but at the end of the day, when you look at his career, he probably got thrown into a car or he probably got thrown in a situation in which he never would have been in before.
Yeah.
In terms of like winning multiple races, podiums and stuff. So at the end of the day, like it's still going to be a great career for him. I just don't think that he's shown now he doesn't really have what it takes to beat Hamilton
yeah.
one-on-one like this. So because in the first corner, I was honestly hoping for him to get his elbows out, like something.
Yeah.
Like even if you run into each other, it's like you got to do something to upset Hamilton.
Well, get us something. Like, do a Rosberg, give us a little Rosberg.
Yeah,
Fire
a little
in
bit
ya.
of grit.
Yeah, because that grit is the perfect word. I just don't think that he has it.
Yeah.
He won the first race of the year, and now Max is second in the championship. Like,
Well, this is his second place since the first race of the year.
yeah, which is crazy.
Like, first top two, obviously.
Come on,
He's been
Valtteri.
third ever since, so.
Yeah. I'm disappointed in him, but what can you say? It's like you said, he's got to do some Rosberg stuff, but it's pretty much too late now.
Yeah.
They should have been doing that second race, third race, fourth race of the year, but small mistakes, and then he just too much of a team player for me.
And was it Hamilton has gotten points in the last 50-something races?
Probably like 500
So,
actually.
Yeah.
so that doesn't help either.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have someone so consistent as Hamilton.
At least Hamilton, even post race, admitted like, yeah, I mean, if I was watching that race, I probably would have fell asleep too.
Yeah.
So at least he understands. But it's getting 2022 can't come soon enough. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
We have to do another season of this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. I mean, we
Man.
I think we pride ourselves on being honest, and we can't just come on here and say that was a fantastic race.
No,
It wasn't.
yeah.
It was
not.
It was tough. Like it was. I didn't even do a 5 thoughts video or article
Oh, you
afterwards.
couldn't figure out 5.
That was literally mine. I'm like, I don't think I can get 5 thoughts out from this race. I somehow managed to squeeze it out for Spain.
I think
that was
one thought
difficult.
is that Spa can actually be boring sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thought.
Who would have thought?
Formula
Yeah.
One manages to do that. Well, I was messaging to you guys. I'm like, it took Giovinazzi's wheel flying off and almost killing George Russell to liven up that race.
Yeah.
That's where we are now.
Yeah, like that shouldn't happen. You,
Yeah, we don't want crashes to spicing races up.
No.
It's
Especially when, there's a wheel flying in someone's head.
Yeah.
That's not good. Again, thank God for the halo.
yeah.
yep.
If you look at it now, that would have. I know it didn't hit the halo, it hit the tire, but in that sense, if it did come up,
Yeah,
we know
close
the
enough.
halo would have protected Russell's head. So that's good thing there. But poor Russell, nowhere to go.
Yeah, man.
Like,
It's
imagine
He did the
I
best
would-
he could. He expected him to be on the right. Him to be on the right. Went to the left. You can't expect a flying tire
Yeah.
to come out of it. No way.
exactly.
no,
I
you
was
should,
hoping-
man. They should. These are the highest level drivers. They need to expect flying debris.
Yeah.
Felipe Massa should have expected.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding.
I'm glad I didn't show any pictures of like Russell afterwards because I was really worried with his white tracksuit that there might be a brown stain there, like because I know
They showed the front of him.
yeah, but not the back,
not the back,
okay,
not
because
the
I know
back.
I would have shit myself
Yeah.
if I saw that. I'm like,
I'm glad I'm not the only one that's thought of that before, because I've always thought of that too. Like, thank God that Mercedes is wearing black suits now, because it's easy to hide in case you need to go to the washroom during the race.
like pee or shit.
Both.
Whichever one.
Oh, that would be awful. Poop yourself in a race.
I mean, Spa's a long lap.
Well, they
Oh.
got something built into the car, built into the suits for peeing, or don't they?
For peeing,
Nope.
I think.
Yeah, I think they do.
I don't
I
think
think they
so.
do.
We had to ask next time we get a driver on.
It's how do you pee?
We had to ask that next time we get a driver
I'm
on.
gonna send Williams an email right now. Forward subject: how do you shit in the car?
It's like when you get out of the car, are you used to just peeing like that on a regular basis?
It must take a lot to get there. But I will tell you this: from my karting experience over the weekend, I could have used a drinks bottle because I was so thirsty by the end of that race.
Oh,
I
I
was
bet.
dying. I was dying. So I
Well,
see why they need a drinks bottle.
Lando Norris was saying on his stream that he doesn't have a drinks bottle in his car. He's like, I never find a moment in the race where I'm like, hey, I need a drink. Like it's just not in his thinking.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so I think he's the only driver in the grid without a drinks bottle. Well, I mean, Kimi didn't have a drinks bottle. It was over on his right foot. So there's that.
I thought he peed himself.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a bunch of water under my right foot.
Well, Kimi.
That's the type of race it was, folks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
clutching at straws.
Yeah, exactly. There was another funny radio message from Kimi where he was, I think it might have been after the safety car or before the safety car, when he was asking when he wanted to come in. And they're like, fit the hard tire. And he's like, no, put the mediums
Oh,
on.
yeah.
And they're like, hard. And they're like, oh, it's too late. He's like, it's never too late.
Yeah, like, what?
But I do like Kimi. He had a good race. He impressed me a lot. So it was nice to see Kimi racing at the front somewhat again after kind of a couple hard couple of last races. But anyways, getting back to where we were on the last topic before we kind of went off the rails there.
Russell's
Russell,
accident.
yeah, So just talking about the accident. Russell got into Q2 again, so another good performance by him. Nicholas Latifi actually
Thought
had.
he was going to.
You thought Latifi was going to get
I
Q2?
thought he was going to get into Q2 too as well.
Yeah, I mean, qualifying, is still an area to work for, but he's incredible on lap one. He had another really strong lap one, overtook a couple cars, and then the pace of the car just isn't quite there yet. So another good lap one from him. I want to talk about...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, since we're on Williams, new owners.
Yes,
Ed Williams?
Doritos, or whatever they're called.
The chip company?
No, I thought it was, but it's like Dorillion or Doralon or whatever.
I know all they said is that they're not changing the name of the team and the identity of the team, which is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Thank God they're
Good
not
to
doing
stick
that.
with it for sure.
Yeah, they had to. So I'm glad they're doing that.
Yeah, at least they're going to stay in. I mean, it marks the end of an era for an independent privateer in F1, which is remarkably crazy considering
They lasted this long.
Yeah, I think it's still on Netflix. You can watch the Williams documentary, and you just kind of see like where they started from. They literally were in a garage in the UK, and a couple years after that, they're winning races, world championships. So, but nowadays it's tough to maintain that. And had they kept going on this road, probably they would have eventually not been in the sport. So, hopefully, the new owners will not mess it up. A couple points that people made is that when you have, especially an American investment firm like this, they're only going to care about profit and at least breaking even. So will they be able to make some right moves in terms of the team's future? I'm not sure. But maybe Nicholas Latifi's dad can step in and help a little bit if the case it gets a little bit dodgy there. But I just hope that they're not, it's tough when it's not a racing company. They're not really going to be in mind for necessarily what's best for the racing side of things. It's just going to be, it's a business, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I just hope that there are brighter days ahead for Williams.
Yeah, no, me too.
Before you mention that, I just want to talk Renault. Talk Renault and Daniel Ricciardo. Good couple of races for Danny Rick. But you know what I was surprised actually is that they scored 23 points in this race, which is their most points haul ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really, eh?
In
Well, I
one
guess-
single race.
Yeah, because points when Alonso was winning races were different.
Yeah. But still, I mean, that still surprised me. But because Danny Rick got the fastest lap, they got the most ever. So
Jeez, good for them.
Wow.
Cyril's getting closer to that tattoo if Ricardo puts one more place up, gets third place. Do you guys know about that?
No, I don't know about this.
Apparently, Cyril's going to have to get a tattoo if Ricardo gets a podium this year.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
really,
Of
eh?
what?
I have no idea. I don't want to know.
I think. Oh yes, I do hear about Daniel Ricciardo gets to choose what it is, but Cyril gets to choose a placement and size.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he can literally choose. He's allowed to choose whatever he wants. It's
That is
gonna
wild.
be a honey badger.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It's just getting close. It could happen in Monza.
Or a shoe. Just a picture of a shoe.
A shoe, yeah.
or a stamp.
Stamp.
Watch him
tongue,
make
with the
get-
tongue.
He's gonna make him get like Christian Horner's face or something. That would be good.
That'd be good.
or Red Bull Racing.
CH. That'd be funny. No,
Well, I mean, he's gonna be gone. He might as well.
well, yeah, exactly. No, fantastic race by Ricardo and Ocon as well.
Yeah.
Who had a really strong race, 4th and 5th for them. So, I mean, we thought that Renault they had a tough season last year. The beginning of this year wasn't great for them either, but they're really starting to hit their stride. And it's like, okay, well, maybe this vision for Renault is up there.
I mean, you hope so. They've been a team that's been disappointing the last couple of years, but I'm just going to quickly take a glance at where they are in the constructor standings.
You guys don't think that Renault's cheating now that they pulled back their appeal against Racing Point?
Doing the same thing.
There's a lot going on, though. Yeah, that was
Just
the
a
latest
big
news.
conspiracy theorist. I just
Yeah.
think Renault's cheating now. Why did they pull it back like 4 weeks after they put it in? That's a little late to pull back, guys.
And all of a sudden, they get a P4 and
Yeah,
P5.
it's like just doesn't make any sense.
I'm on to you, man. Okay, so Renault are currently 6th in the constructor standings. They are on 59 points. McLaren 3rd at 68. So, I mean, they're still within a shot at 3rd place, obviously.
Yeah,
Very
sure.
close. Racing Point made back their points haul pretty much from their penalty in Spain. But, I still think that Renault, on the look side of things, they seem to have found something in the car. In terms of their low downforce package is really, really good. If you remember last year in Italy, they also had 4th and 5th, I think, or at least Ricciardo had 4th. I think Hulkenberg also finished in 5th. So Monza is going to be a good track for them. Otherwise, in the high downforce, they struggle a little bit. But I guess for Ricciardo, it doesn't really matter. You're
No.
gone at the end of this year, right? So
Yeah.
you just want a podium because you haven't been on one in almost 3 years.
Yeah, no, he'll want one for sure. And you never know at Monza. I mean, depends how the Red Bulls do with their straight line speed. I'm not too sure there. Mercedes, hopefully they just crash into each other or whatever.
Anything can happen.
That's right.
One can hope. This race,
but
Monza,
safely.
Yes.
No
Yes.
drivers get hurt.
yes,
Nothing
yes,
happened.
Exactly.
Just like a Spain kind of like,
Just, just a little love tap,
Little tap,
just
yeah.
a little tap, and then
a
they just
front
go
wing.
into the sand and their race is over.
Or
Yeah.
a critical engine failure. Is that so
Or
much to
just
ask?
they don't even start. That's just the dream.
Yeah. why does it got to be all the midfield drivers always, right?
Yeah.
Gotta happen to
Unbelievable.
Mercedes at some point,
We want equality. We want equal engines to fail. Racing
engines.
Point, Racing Point happened to them. McLaren happened to them.
Fernando Alonso like equal engines. Yeah.
Poor guy. He still wants that.
He still wants equal engines.
Went to the wrong place.
Hey, he's coming back next year. Don't forget.
Yeah.
And if this Renault,
Oh, I hope they're bad.
if this Renault is good, like they have like this year,
Maybe this is their way to seduce to Alonso to stay for longer. They do
Maybe.
really well this year, and then they shit the bed next year.
in 2020.
But he's
Yeah.
locked in, so
but imagine if 2022 they pull a Mercedes and build the best car.
Yeah, I mean, people can dream.
Yes, they can.
so could Haas.
So, yeah. Well, they might have to switch Ferrari engines though. They might need to go somewhere else.
Yeah, they might. You're right.
Yeah, because that's not going to help them at all this season or next season.
Let's see what the Dutch fans have to say.
That French fuck. was
Good
driving
timing.
dangerous, you said. Dangerous? Did you speak already to him?
No, don't want to upset him. No, I mean he did a
How-
good
how
job.
is your
He was-
French?
He was
How is
ahead
your
of me. So.
The Dutch fans are still mad.
Just replay that beginning part though. Go back to the beginning.
That French fuck.
Come on, that's funny.
That is crazy. I don't think I've ever heard a reporter ever in my life say that. And I work in the industry.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever heard someone swear during a press conference, especially referring to like another like a player or driver
Yeah.
or whoever else.
So the background,
that?
I don't know what I guess Norris and Ocon had some sort of coming together on the track, which I didn't see. But the background to that is, so that was Ziggo Sport, which is a Netherlands network. Can't say Holland anymore.
I mean,
learned our
50 people, 50
Yeah.
agree, 50 disagree.
That's
so,
right. I'm just gonna say Dutch. The Dutch TV station. They're very famous, and they're funny. I don't know the two gentlemen's names. There's that guy, and I think there's an older gentleman who's been there for decades. But they're really funny. They're hilarious. But apparently, you can swear on Dutch TV. So that's their thing over there. So the Dutch fans, let us know about Ziggo Sport. But anyways, he was talking about Ocon, and that was the French guy that he was talking about. Anyways, people online on Twitter, they were upset. They were saying that it was unprofessional and everything. I'm just gonna say, I think he said it in a lighthearted way, in a kind of joking way. I thought it was funny.
Lando thought it was funny.
Oh, he thought it was
Lando did
hilarious.
laugh. Lando did laugh.
I'm gonna see if he's gonna talk about it on one of his upcoming streams, but I don't know. I thought it was just hilarious. I laughed out loud.
Yeah, I mean it is pretty funny, but it's just very unexpected. You're not
Very.
expecting a reporter to say that.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Does it still have to do with Brazil from 2018? Is this what it's still related
maybe.
to? Like,
Yeah, that didn't even occur to me until I started read the comments, but
So-
it probably does.
Maybe.
But good for them. It shows how much they support their guy. So,
Dutch fans makes you feel better. I'm still mad. So
yeah. Me too.
Hey, Dutch fans, just to let you know, it was still Verstappen's fault.
So, still a Heineken fan too.
Yeah, big Heineken fan.
Yeah, well, let us know, and maybe we should get those guys on the podcast. If they see what they have to
guys?
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem like a really funny and fun group of guys.
Yeah,
so,
it would be fun.
But it's hilarious, man. I see some of the clips. I don't understand most of the shows, obviously, but they have some really like fun and unique segments. So, anyways, that was the background. But let us know what you think. Was it? I mean, people are saying unprofessional. It is in a way, but I think their style is just very laid back, very
Yeah.
fun, comical. So I think it was hilarious.
I mean, I could just start swearing and it would sound very aggressive, but I'm
It
joking
would.
around.
They let's just say they couldn't get away with that on Sky Sports.
No.
Yeah, no, not at
No.
all.
Maybe Sky Sports After Dark.
After
I
dark,
don't know if that's a thing, but if it is, maybe.
Brundle should host that. I
Can you
feel like his honest opinions would be
Yeah, it would be good.
good.
Would be good. You're like, let's restart the sport. Start from ground up. I still don't know why we're not doing like an IndyCar kind of thing where you have chassis.
It's
Set
almost turning
chassis
into
and
that
stuff,
though.
but-
Yeah, with the whole Racing Point thing, right? That was
Well,
kinda-
that's exactly the point. People are all mad about it. It's like, well, this happens everywhere around the world. We have the same chassis for everyone. Like,
yeah. Oh, but it wouldn't be F1's identity. Yeah, well, this ain't much better. I'll be honest. Like,
I was watching the F1, the IndyCar race, and even though this weekend wasn't that great at Gateway or Worldwide Technology, they call it now. But if we're watching the Indy 500 just before that, the week before that, fantastic race. Takuma Sato came out with his second Indy 500 win, and for a fun stat here, Takuma Sato has won every single Indy 500 that Fernando Alonso has competed in.
yeah, that's true.
So that is very interesting.
Big
but
Sato fan.
it was a great race.
Are you
Too
telling
bad.
me he's not going to win next year?
No, he won't. No, can't confirm. But the only thing I was missing was it ending under caution. That sucked.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
wish it ended. Got to pull the NASCAR thing because NASCAR does overtime or whatever.
Yeah.
You do 2 laps to end it.
Well, Scott Dixon didn't think he'd have enough fuel. Scott Dixon thought that Sato wouldn't have enough fuel to make it to the end if they were under green. So who knows? But brilliant race. Some big crashes in the end, especially the one that brought out the yellow. But I mean, it's and again, this is not a Mercedes thing. Let's be clear with that. Plug and play any team. If it was Ferrari dominating, we've never seen domination like this before. So it's not a Mercedes thing. They're not to blame. I mean, what are you going to do? Hey guys, let's stop winning.
Yeah, can you stop being good? Like, no. So it's not. Yeah, exactly. It's not Mercedes' fault. We'd obviously just get mad at them because they're so good.
Yeah.
But it's not their fault at all. It's definitely more of a culture F1 thing that needs to get figured out.
Yeah.
Because we would like to see more than 2 drivers trying to win a race.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know again, completely different sport. Different cars in NASCAR, but they do have their own set chassis kind of thing, and you can tweak your chassis from there and setups and stuff, which is fine. But there was 12 or 13 different winners this year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of different winners. IndyCar, I'm not sure how many different winners there's been this year. I know there's been a handful, more than 2. I can tell you that much, or 3 in F1. But it's not a bad idea to start kind of leaning toward maybe, Delaria making it, or Delara. So what Delara?
Delara.
Because they make all the F2 stuff.
They make Haas's as well.
F3, or at least F3. I know they have all their set chassis, right? So I don't know. Do it for F1. It's just an idea.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll probably get crapped on the comments for it, but oh well.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've talked about it before, and people have, they've disagreed, which is fine, and for us, it's different, right? Being over
North America,
being in the Americas. I mean, we watch IndyCar more often, and I grew up watching Champ Car, which was a thrilling series. So, it's F1 in much ways has been like this, but I just think that this era has been different in a sense of, like, even when Ferrari was dominating, they put things in place and their domination stopped, like 05, 06. And then we had a couple of different teams win. But this we've never seen before. And we've never had a team like Mercedes before. They've been the most successful. And again, if you put these drivers in equal machinery, I still think you'd see the same drivers winning, like Hamilton. Max would be up there for sure. And it would still be the best drivers, but it'd be more exciting. And it's just a shame. A guy like Verstappen, we were talking about it maybe off the top of the show or off air. He's managing tires for 38 out of 44 laps. Like, we want to see Max up in there.
Yeah.
Everybody knows we're big Max fans, and obviously we got a lot of Dutch fans following us, but we want Verstappen in there. We want Leclerc in there as well. And these young guys, like Norris is incredible, Carlos Sainz. Imagine all those guys being able to fight for wins.
Yeah.
The old school versus the new school, but we're not going to see that now. We see Hamilton passing Norris as a backmarker. So
yeah, that's true.
It's not what we want, and unfortunately, we're going to have to be like this most likely for the rest of this year and next year as well.
Yeah, who knows what 2022 will bring?
Yeah, I mean, fingers crossed it's going to be a positive change in the direction. But 50 over under on Mercedes winning 8 championships. What do you think that is?
Oh, easy.
Yeah,
easy. What are they, 7 this year? If they win this year, 7?
7. Yeah.
Yeah, easy. I take that.
Yeah, I think so.
If I were to bet $100, I bet you get $110 back.
Yeah.
I think they'll get 2022 as well.
Oh, you're even predicting like 9.
Yeah, I'm predicting 9.
That would be crazy.
That would be wild.
Because I think they just have everything down for their first year, and then people can catch up afterwards.
Well, they probably don't even have to do anything next year to improve their car. They can just work on the
that's what I mean.
2022 car.
Next year to this year, and next year's already locked down for Mercedes. No question about it.
Yeah.
And I think they get first year.
Jeez.
Well, it'll be
at least.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to put money on it, I would.
Oh,
I will put like thousands of dollars down on it right now, and I bet I will be a millionaire by 2022.
Yeah. I hope so too.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Be great for the podcast.
Fuck the podcast, everything else. But yes, that too. But yeah, because when you look at it, right, Ferrari, right? I mean, they're a disaster. They've even said themselves it's going to take years to be competitive again. So they're out of the question. Red Bull, yes, they're the next closest competitor, but they've shit the bed these last 7 years. So what's to say that they're not going to do it for 2022 as well? Okay, we got budget caps coming in. Maybe Renault can step up. Maybe McLaren can step up. But yeah, let's go for 10 in a row until Hamilton leaves.
Well, yeah, that'll be when everything gets stirred up.
Yeah, or unless like Mercedes, but they're not
Will
gonna
it though? You don't think Max is just like our another number one driver is just going?
Well,
to
at least it's
Mercedes?
someone else winning.
Yeah.
It's still Mercedes.
I still think if that would be the most exciting. You put Max and Lewis in the same car.
Yeah.
I know, that'd be good.
That would be like I don't care if Mercedes wins for the next 20 years. I just want to see that battle. Because imagine if they retire. Like if Lewis says he's done next year or 2022.
Are F1 drivers allowed to race each other in the off season?
Oh, here's a fun series that used to exist, and there's one that's going to start existing. So it used to be called IROC, the IROC series, and there was 12 cars. They were all made by the actual racing organization. There was no teams. You leased a car for the season, and you got your sponsors, your team, and that was your car. It was your car for the season, and it was a plop and put on the track. So they're all equal cars.
Was it just like a road car, or was it like a legit racing?
It was
car?
its own. It was its own car. It was its own IROC car. If you look it up, you can see what it looked like. It was an interesting series. There's going to be something like this coming up. Tony Stewart, a NASCAR driver, is doing it. So I'm not sure who he's partnering with, but they're going to be doing a newer version of this. 12 drivers, whatever.
Okay.
That's the closest you're going to get to equal. It's literally like you can take the bodies off each other. And like if someone's complaining, hey, my car is bad, you can take the bodies and switch them.
Yeah.
You know. But that's not an IROC.
No. I think you're trying to buy stuff.
IROC, just go IROC Racing Series. That's what look at the 20.
Yeah,
that's
so
what it looked like.
It's kind of like a stock car hybrid.
It's a little mix.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun little. It was a great series. Everyone loved it. It was around for like 15 years, and then it just ran out of sponsorship
not just a
money.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah, well, I mean, they could do it like they started when they were kids, just putting them in carts. You have equal carts and see who's the fastest.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it was a little interesting where it was all equal cars, and it was just drivers versus drivers. And they took them from there was NASCAR, there was IndyCar, there was rally drivers, just from all different sectors, and yeah, it was a good series. But not here anymore. There's gonna be something like that coming next year. Don't remember exactly what it's called, but I don't know, just another idea.
Yeah, I like
Maybe
that.
get them in two of those cars and let them fly around a track.
Yeah, we'll see who's the best, right? I mean, even said in the caption of that photo, a test of talent. That's probably the best way to say it. International Race of Champions.
That's what it was called. International. That's
Okay.
what IROC stands for. I will find. Give me a second, and I will find out what the new one's called.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. That's for sure. I mean, obviously, I thought one interesting thing they maybe could have done this year is like, let's say in Abu Dhabi, at the end they just take all the cars, but like create like black liveries, and then just like shuffle the drivers. Drivers pick a number out of the hat and just drive a random car.
Yeah.
It's going to be called the Superstar Racing Experience, the SRX, a new series that will feature 6 races via a short track circuit on Saturday nights starting in 2021. The series creators include racing icons Tony Stewart. There's a bunch of different other ones as well. Yeah, so he already has TV lined up for this as well, for Saturday night. I can find out who the drivers are competing. Just give me a second.
Yeah, so they are just regular cars. It's just Pontiac Trans Ams.
Yeah.
Or Chevy Camaros.
Well, it's like they have, I think they have it at the Mosport Park. It's the Micro Cup, and they race Nissan Micras. And I believe that even citizens can enter as well, as long as they have a car.
Tony Kanaan, IndyCar
just
driver.
retired.
Just retired. Paul Tracy, Canadian
Oh.
IndyCar legend, will be racing. Bobby Labonte, a NASCAR legend as well, and
Yeah.
Elio Castroneves will be driving. So there's 5 of the 12 drivers that they've announced. So
Elio's like 68 years old.
far. Yeah. So CBS Sports will air 2021 6-race season in 2-hour primetime Saturday night television.
Oh,
So
that's
they've
a
got the
big
TV
network.
lined up.
Yeah, big network too.
It's something, I don't know. It's just another interesting idea, right?
yeah,
That-
if you're a racing fan, you're gonna love that.
Yeah, and it's drivers from all across different areas, like IndyCar. Well, it's just IndyCar and NASCAR
Yeah.
right now, but what if Kimi Räikkönen goes over there? Why not?
It's probably like something up his alley.
Yeah,
But too much.
I bet he'd enjoy that a lot more. Probably a little more relaxed than
Yeah.
than F1.
Yeah, for sure. I chased Paul Tracy for an autograph for years in Toronto.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, well, he was kind of a douche to be honest. Like
Well,
back
yeah,
in that
yeah,
day.
fair.
I don't know if he is now, but finally got it though. I think it was like one of his last races before he retired.
Nice.
Remember the players in deck, the blue
Yeah, I
and white
remember the
livery.
blue and white livery.
Oh, love that car.
Great car.
I don't know why he was my favorite.
Canadian.
Yeah, but like Alex Tagliani was there as well, and he was way nicer. Like really great, really friendly.
Yeah, he had
but-
the edge though. Like Paul Tracy always had that. Like he had the created stardom. Like
Yeah.
the spotlight always followed him. You're just like it was just Paul Tracy.
Yeah.
So
Was he the one that got in the fight with Tagliani
Yeah,
at that
yeah.
one race?
Yeah.
Like they literally were
they're just
tackling
fighting.
each other.
It was great.
These were the glory days of racing, folks, in the Americas.
It still happens in NASCAR.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, anyway, we've
What
ranted.
we've gone
We've gone way off.
way off track.
But I kind of like these a little more than actually just the. We were talking about doing stuff not F1 related, so
That was way more interesting than the race.
It
was.
was way more interesting than the race.
I think you're right. But yeah, I think when we were talking about the soccer jersey thing, which I'm not wearing a jersey, but I
am.
forgot.
Bayern Munich won the Champions League.
This is not my team. I just want to.
Bayern's not
make
my
that very
team.
clear.
We should have switched, Shaker.
You were already wearing the United, so I just didn't want to wear both the United because then we would just be reminded of the '99 championships where United kicks Baron's ass.
Well, you know what? I don't even care. The only thing I care about is that Canadian Alphonso Davies.
I know that's
Won the Champions League. It's
That was
first
so cool.
Canadian to win the Champions League. It's big for everyone here in Canada, and that's the reason I'm wearing the Bayern jersey right now.
How old
Yep.
is he?
19.
19.
Yeah, I'm getting
Wow.
myself a Alphonso Davies jersey.
Yeah.
It's definitely happening.
Yep.
Gotta support.
Yeah, it's
Support the
pretty
Canadians.
incredible. And what was he's in the MLS only less than 2 years
2 years
ago?
ago.
Yeah.
I saw his first ever professional game. Actually, I was on the broadcast. Well, not broadcast. I was working it in Ottawa. His first ever professional game.
Was that in 2017 when they
Vancouver
came over?
Whitecaps.
Yeah.
Oh, I was at that game
We
too.
were at that game. Yeah.
So he was.
No shit.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember with you
that's
guys.
crazy. Yeah, we were definitely
Wait,
doing the broadcast.
We went together.
I don't know if we were working the broadcast or I was working for Fury. I don't remember.
Was
were
that
de-
was that the one where Johnny Steele
Johnny
scored?
Steele,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Okay, that one. Yeah.
These names mean nothing to these people.
Bro, Johnny Steele is an American football legend. Okay.
Yeah, he is.
North Irish legend.
North Irish.
But yeah, no, his first ever game was a professional game was in Ottawa.
That's
so
crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah.
that's our cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
I
Wow,
remember him
never
coming
knew that.
on, and we were like, they were talking before the game, like, oh yeah, there's this young kid, Alphonso Davies. And he comes on like midway through the game as a sub, and like he's like on the ball and just and you're like, holy, this kid's good. He's like beating guys that are 25, 26 that are decent players. And you just run around him. You're like, oh, this guy
Yeah, I
is
don't remember
going to
that.
be something.
Oh, I never knew that. That's
Yeah.
cool. Huh. Interesting to know.
Yeah.
Those were the fun days. Those were glory days.
Yeah,
Yeah. We have a soccer team again though, so that is back.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's
I
it.
guess, yeah, that's a weird way to end it, but we'll.
It was fun though.
Yeah.
We'll do maybe. There's a lot of triple headers that are going on this season, but maybe in an off week we'll just come on here and we'll talk a little bit of racing, talk some other sports as well. I mean, we're really interested in other sports as well too. So just kind of an F1 podcast, not about F1, every now and again would be maybe something fun.
Yeah.
Answer some fan questions too. Anything else would probably be good as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, it's hard just to we can't lie and say this was the most fun race ever. But we try and discuss some things about it. But I think there were some interesting topics talked about, like you mentioned, with the similarities with IndyCar. I know a lot of people don't want to go down that way, but then again, it's an interesting debate topic. So I'm sure we'll have some comments about that.
And you know what? You can't move forward without conversation. Thinking about different ideas. So might not be the right idea, but
It's worth
it's an
a shot.
idea. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Okay, well, that will do it for this episode. Really great to be back in the studio, be back with you guys as well in person. So yeah, we got Monza coming up this weekend, and then Mugello, which will be the following weekend. Very exciting at the very least. We're going to a track we've never ever been to before.
I would ask that's going to be an interesting race.
It will
Yeah. If you guys are not familiar with that track, I did a circuit guide for that. I think a couple weeks ago now, so that's up on our channel. So you can check that out, get to know a little bit more about that circuit. I think they are actually anticipating some fans at that circuit as well.
Nice.
And actually on that, Turkey, since that's been back on the calendar as well, which is great news for us because that's a brilliant track. But apparently they're selling general admission tickets for €3,
Nice.
which I don't know what that. Let's see what that
Is it
converts to.
limited? €3 comes out to about like $5-6.
It's like
Yeah.
$5-6 Canadian.
Yeah.
€3
Canadian, yeah. American is probably like 4.5.
CAD.
$4.67.
Yeah. That's
Um,
ridiculous.
that is really good. Bahrain's doing an oval circuit,
Yep.
or as close as that.
Oval.
As
Yeah.
close as F1 will get to oval. I still
right.
think they should do an oval circuit.
Yes, I think so as well.
Bring them to Indianapolis. That'd be fun.
Yeah, on the old circuit, but like the infield circuit, just use the old.
No. Let them do the
Oh,
oval.
you a full oval?
No,
Okay.
let them do the oval.
Or Daytona.
You can't bring any cars at Daytona.
Okay.
It's too fast.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
There was another thing I was going to mention, but I just slipped my mind. Something that was just one interesting thing to pay attention for Monza as well this weekend. First race, we'll see the quali mode ban. So
Oh yeah.
we'll see if that will do anything to bring the competition closer.
Nope.
Exactly. asked it, answered. I still think Mercedes are going to be miles ahead there as
Yeah,
well.
for sure.
So, but interesting to see how
Maybe
it
it'll
works.
strain their engines more. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm pretty sure they figured it out already.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. They're trying to change rules mid-season to make Mercedes
Like
think a
put
little
on
bit.
the the Mercedes,
Like, oh,
like,
okay,
we have
yeah.
the best engineers in the world.
Yeah,
Make us think a little bit. Okay.
might as well.
I like what you did there. We get to use my brain.
Nice try.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
One day.
Anyways, we're fingers crossed for a good race, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, anything else? If you got any questions, any comments, drop it below in the video. I think we'll probably be doing a recap for this race as well next week. Hopefully, we'll all be able to get together as well. And I think that does it. Anything else for this episode?
No, that's it for me.
No.
I really hope Cyril gets a Red Bull Racing tattoo.
Yeah, if you got any Cyril Beat Bull tattoo ideas, drop those in the
Yeah,
comments too. We'll send them his way.
Yeah.
I hope
We
so
should
as
definitely
well.
start sending a whole bunch out and think of tattoo ideas, and that'd
Yeah.
be great. That'd help out Danny.
He's close. Ricardo's knocking on the door of a podium, and it might happen this weekend. I think
Yeah.
he's in for a good shot. Renault are going to have another good weekend, I think.
Full Racing Point files a
Protest.
complaint protest
Yeah.
against Renault.
They got to make the season exciting somehow. Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode, guys. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks, everybody, for listening. If you haven't done so, just hit that subscribe. And the bell beside the subscribe just gives you all the notifications whenever we post a new video, so you get those on your phone and through your email as well. And anything else, just reach out to us on social media and also on our website, TBMF1Show.com. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us again. We will see you next week after the Italian Grand Prix. Bye for now.
See ya.